If you have high blood pressure, you already know that there are foods out there that will raise your BP numbers. And 9 times out of 10, those foods that are bad for blood pressure contain one particularly damaging ingredient, salt. But what you might not know is which foods are especially high in salt. So stay tuned while we go over the 5 worst foods for blood pressure. And stay tuned for number 5 since it might be especially hard to give up. Number 1, cheese. You might be thinking cheese seems like the perfect snack, especially since it's rich in blood pressure reducing calcium. But think again, most types of cheeses are loaded with salt, especially American and blue cheese, which both have over 1,000 milligrams. And then there's Parmesan, which has almost 2,000. But before you swear off all cheeses, there are low sodium options out there, such as Swiss and fresh mozzarella, which are great additions to many dishes and a healthy source of added protein. Number 2, condiments. Sometimes it's not the food itself that's bad for your blood pressure, but what you're putting on top of it that's the problem. Ketchup, soy sauce, salad dressing, and mustard can all be high in sodium. So while there are plenty of low sodium versions out there, be careful since adding sugar is often the substitute for the salt they removed. And better yet, you can always have homemade versions, which are ultimately the best since you can control exactly what's inside. After all, there's nothing better than fresh salsa or salad dressing. Number 3, canned beans. While beans themselves are a heart-healthy food that can help reduce blood pressure, the canned variety is usually loaded with salt, which means baked beans, refried beans, and even already cooked plain beans can be an issue. But no worries if you aren't up for cooking them yourself. You can still eat plain canned beans. To reduce the sodium, simply rinse them for about 10 seconds under lukewarm water and then drain them for about a minute. You'll cut down the sodium by about 40% while keeping the heart-healthy vitamins and minerals. Number 4, baked goods. This one is something people don't really think of when it comes to high sodium foods, but they really should since bread and rolls are number 1 on the list of top sources of sodium, according to the CDC. One slice of bread typically has 100 to 200 milligrams of sodium, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you eat a lot of bread, which many of us do, it adds up. So dietitians are recommending to avoid baked goods as much as possible. And they're suggesting food swaps like oatmeal for toast and brown rice for dinner rolls. Number 5, alcohol. Alcohol is the only non-sodium item on this list. And you might be thinking, of course drinking too much alcohol will raise blood pressure. But actually, even a little bit of alcohol is problematic, since in a 2019 study published in the Journal of American College of Cardiology, they studied more than 1,700 American adults and found that even when alcohol consumption was moderate, defined as between 7 to 13 drinks per week, hypertension risks doubled. And international studies are showing the same thing, and that even 1 drink a day can raise blood pressure, which does make sense because alcohol has been found to be toxic to the heart and can weaken heart muscles. So while there are studies that advocate for red wine having heart benefits, there are other experts who are recommending just to skip it. So there you have it, 5 of the worst foods for sufferers of high blood pressure. Did anything on this list surprise you? And if you enjoyed this video, please check out our channel for more videos on food and health. But until next time, remember, we try to eat healthy today to be healthy tomorrow. Take care.